Psychology helps you feel better in your self-entrapment. We now move to our priest. The priest wants you to do better in your self-entrapment. If psychology focuses on your guilt, the priest has great interest in your conscience. Conscience is that internal monitor which governs you before you engage, while you're in it, and even afterwards. Now, you have ways of monitoring your conscience which monitors you, and suppressing your conscience so that you're not particularly alive to it. But a clear conscience is a gift. I think it's the French who say that there's no softer pillow than a clear conscience. Or a Chinese proverb which says, clear conscience fears no midnight knocking. The best one I heard is the quip which says, if you have a clear conscience, that's proof of a bad memory. I even had somebody said, I'd rather have clear soup than a clear conscience. I want you to surf your conscience just like you have Googled your heart. What present attitudes, what present behaviors, what present actions consume you and you're trying to suppress or redefine or rewrite or reinterpret? This is a wonderful story of the woman who wanted to justify her eating habit. And she said, I have a special preference in diet. I don't eat chicken because it's possible that I get bird flu. I don't want to touch fish in case I get mercury poisoning. I don't like beef because mad cow disease is around the corner. I don't touch pork because of trichinosis. I don't touch egg because of salmonella poisoning. That's why I continue to eat chocolate. Surf your conscience is to try to see how you rationalize and justify and defend your present behavior. The priest's benefit to us is that he identifies that horizontal strategies cannot handle a vertical problem, but the problem is that he promises much more than he can deliver. He wants you to get out of a vertical shaft, but you have to keep doing better. But how do you pull yourself up? I've looked at the history of religion all over the world in many cultures, and they ask you to follow the right path, right practices, right patterns, right pillars, all prescriptions to get up the vertical shaft, even though you are really self-entrapped. In parts of the world, they say you physically go through the motion of symbolically washing your sins away by getting into a river. Other places, they say you practice what is called the Macbeth effect. You try to wash your hands off with some perfume, but all the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this still hand. If you go on the internet and type in forgiveness, you'll find forgiveness gels and forgiveness perfumes and forgiveness sanitizers, all attempting to help you handle the problem of forgiveness and the problem of an active conscience. The parts of the world which believe in a monotheistic God say you need to confess your sins to a priest or provide some sort of an atonement, either through money or through sacrifices. There are other parts of the world where there's no such thing as a God. They hold to what is called non-theistic spirituality, where you want to compensate for your bad conscience by doing good deeds for the future, not really handling what has already happened in the past, but doing stuff for the future. People where they say you need to practice penance, or go quiet during the day, or go without food during seasons during the day and pick it up in the night. All attempting to climb up the vertical exit so that there'll be rescue and liberation, so that you'll be full and free forever, that forgiveness will be effective immediately. Unfortunately, the problem of the priest is why they call religion a crutch, an opiate, a God delusion, as it were, and I understand the pejoratives because you really can't climb up a vertical shaft when you are self-entrapped. Priests can help you do better. Psychologists can help you feel better. But it really, is that all you want in your self-entrapment? It seems like you really want a way out. if that is your greatest ardent desire, I'd like to look at the philosopher who says, feeling better and doing better will get you someplace, but thinking better is going to be the best of the options. Just like there are bad priests and bad psychologists, there are bad philosophers as well. Somebody once defined bad philosophy as a blind man in a dark room looking for a black cat that is not there. And a priest helps him find the black cat that is not there. The bad philosopher will help you justify anything, but you'll fool yourself in the process. That's bad philosophy, but good philosophy will help you identify what is true forgiveness. Forgiveness that will truly be liberating, so that you'll be rescued from being stuck and being caught. In my travels, like you have, come across luxury goods counterfeiters. But they tell me that the largest luxury good counterfeit marketers are found in Buenos Aires, in Argentina. The reality is, so many people want these luxury goods counterfeited, and they want to appear to be much more prosperous in an image-conscious world, that they pay premium price for fake goods. What is worse, of course, is that the factory manufacturer approved retail sellers of the main city come and buy versions of the counterfeit goods, take it back to the original stores and sell them at higher prices. Now, what about life-saving drugs? Maybe pens and watches and handbags can be counterfeited, but if a life-saving drug were to be counterfeited, either without the lack of adequate active ingredients or false packaging, it's going to be deadly. Now, what true philosophy does is to help you understand and apply some tests whether forgiveness is really true, whether simply forgiveness is on the label but not in the tablet. There is a new technique called the Raman spectroscopy after a Tamil physicist, a Nobel Prize winner, who's able to use the continuum of the spectroscopic elements to find out if there is falsehood inside the packaging. And that's what good philosophy will help you do. Philosophy will help you understand whether forgiveness is true by affirming three criteria. One, is the wrongdoing firm? Is it really wrong? Was it a rigid standard which was broken? Second, is the wrongdoing in any way devalued or overlooked or excused? If that happens, guess what? The one doing the wrong is actually devalued. The third criterion of forgiveness in philosophy is whether the moral standing of the one who made the standard is violated. If you take all those three into account, there are two extremes. If you condone the wrongdoing, you devalue the wrongdoer. But if you overlook the wrongdoing, you devalue the forgiver. So we need a balance between the perfect standard of morality and justice and the perfect fulfillment and expression of love. Nothing that you do, nothing that you feel, nothing that you think can actually help you get out of the coal mine of self-entrapment. So, I'm really, really sorry. There is no way out. I'm terribly sorry to tell you that there is no way out of your self-entrapment. But I'm terrifically happy to tell you that there is a way in. There is a way in so that there can be a way out. I will be back in just a moment.